Hey listeners, and welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Ashley.
And this
is Pody Bag.
All right, Ashley, this week I have a special topic for you and all of our potty people out there.
Ooh, tell me more.
So for this episode, I found a true crime story that many of our listeners have most likely never heard of before.
Ooh, and what's that?
Ted Bundy.
Oh, you mean that cute murderer who was so cute?
That's the one. Now, he went on a murdering spree totaling 28 people over the course of 4 years.
How did he stay active so long?
That's a very good question. Why don't you ask the police that? I mean, if I told you that a man killed 28 people over 4 years in 5 different states, who do you think did it?
Oh, Ted Bundy for sure.
Exactly. I don't get what's so hard about that.
We should solve crimes together.
Oh my God. Can you imagine how good we would be at that? I mean, we basically do at this point anyways. Now, back to this hot killer. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the story and explain any and every bad thing that ever happened to him until you feel sorry for him.
Oh, good. But don't forget, we do all of this in honor of the victims. And what better way to honor them than signing up for our Patreon?
That's right, potty people. And there you'll get access to all of our episodes slightly before you can access them now. So sign up at...
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. It sounded like it came from right outside the studio.
You mean the bedroom we have to share just so we can have a studio in our apartment?
Yeah, right outside the studio. I'll go check it out.
Ashley? Is everything okay? I'm on my way.
And that was the last time the Pody Bag podcast was ever heard from. Hello, everybody. I'm Chad, and this is the True Crime Podcast, Crime Podcast, keeping you up to date on all true crime revolving around true crime podcasts. What I'm here to talk about today is an ongoing investigation into the disappearances of several true crime podcasters. So far, the list of podcasters that have gone missing include Pody Bag, as you just may have heard, but also the Moist Monday Murderers, as well as Homicide. With also the current rise of podcasters out there, the number of missing hosts could very well be in the millions. Hold on a sec. What was that? Oh my God, it's the murderer. They're here. Oh fuck, I've got to get away. Oh fuck, they're blocking the door. I guess I've got to go out the window. Oh God, oh God. Why didn't I go out the window they broke into? Or very least open the window first. I'm so glad I got this wireless microphone on me. I think I'll be safe hiding here now. I've just got to call the police.
Hello, 911. What seems to be the emergency?
Hello. Yes, somebody broke into my house. I think they're trying to kill me.
Okay, sir. Please remain calm. What did the person look like?
They had a knife. They were tall. They had short brown hair, or actually, maybe it was black.
What a fucking idiot. Welcome back, everybody, to 9-1 Dumb, where we review and talk about the hilarious mistakes people make when calling emergency numbers. I'm Todd, and we'll be right back after a message from our sponsor.
And welcome back to Moist Monday.
Yeah, so this is podcast number 4.
Yeah. So what you just listened to is a sneak preview that we let you all have to our season 1 of our new sketch group.
Yes, New Peak Productions, which we've talked about before because New Peak did Game Over.
Which you can find in the
yeah, we did. That was our 48-hour film.
Tag it.
So this is a video. We're still in the progress of this, but I had to do something I'm in a sound class.
Yes.
So I had to. The assignment was to make a 2 to 4 minute audio only story using 8 to 10 sound effects, and a lot of people just ripped some narrator offline.
Oh.
And like added sound effects to it.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option for that assignment.
A lot of people just did. Well, I think he also gave people like, here's some generic.
Sure.
But then I was like, let's make my own.
Yeah.
And we already been working on this sketch, so I was like,
yeah,
this is perfect for it.
This is a sketch I wrote a while ago, and you edited the whole thing and put all the stuff in, and some of our voice actors are incredible.
What's wild is what you just heard one of the voices in that is an Emmy Award winner.
Yeah.
No joke. I'm not making that up. It's a real Emmy Award winner.
I believe
one of the Ashleys.
I believe for journalism, but we're still gonna call her just Emmy Award winning cast
She
member.
has an Emmy, dude. It doesn't matter what it's in.
And
it's still an Emmy.
And the second male or the first male voice you might recognize as our good buddy Taylor.
Yeah, he
who's
was in
been
a
on the pod.
Poppin' Pennies episode.
Yeah. And I am in his wedding in 2 weeks to him and the Emmy Award winning Ashley.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got the married couple in there, almost married couple in there.
Yeah.
So I had to present this clip that you just heard in class. It was the assignment, and everyone was like, "Okay, I'll go." There was one guy that submitted something that he did that was like kind of humorous and like
Sure.
pretty good. It was like kind of like a old school like radio news Batman story.
Okay.
Like, you know, like
Yeah.
the narrative. And it was kind of funny, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's definitely the best in the class." And I was like, waiting. And then like, so I get up to like the main computer and put it up so everyone can see like my timeline because I
Yeah.
did it in like an Audacity. And then you just hit play, and then it's just 4 minutes of everyone just sitting there listening.
Did they at least see the title Pody Bag?
Yeah, and they also saw my hard drive called Moist Monday. And they're like, what the fuck? And then so what's awesome is I did get like real laughs
Yeah.
throughout it.
That's
and
the
then
best
and then
feeling.
at the end, some kid was like turned to the guy to do the Batman thing, was like, "You have competition."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh."
You're like,
and
"Fuck you."
then my teacher was like, "That was genius."
Yeah, when you texted me that, it was a big ego. But
Yeah,
it
so
said
like
that
my teacher for sound does sound for a living.
okay.
And like he's like he owns his own like sound studio.
Oh.
And he was like, that was really good. And he even said that was genius.
Yeah, so we had that. We also let another filmmaker preview one of our sketches, and he responded that one of the sketches was God.
Yes.
And you keep just feeding that to me, and it's unhealthy.
The problem is we haven't released any of them yet. So
Well, just the one.
and then partially this one. So we still got a ways to go. We want to get a full season done before we release
We
it.
have like 3 more we need to
And
finish.
this Pody Bag is going to be a sketch. So there's going to be visuals to it. But it's not going to be, it's a different than what you think you're going to see.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be the people podcasting.
No, not
That's
at
the
all.
joke. So that's going to be a sketch. We haven't filmed it yet, but we got most of, and also that's an edited version. There is more to it.
Yes.
Which,
So you'll still want to watch the full
yeah.
thing.
And I think that's a great way to start the freaking month of October.
It's spooky season.
It's spooky
folks.
season. How's everyone doing? It's the Moist Monday podcast. Let's play some Uxe Sax and then get into the meat. Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast. I'm Robert.
I'm Jacob.
Thanks for tuning in. And before we get into the meat, I just want to stop everybody in their tracks.
Right.
And we have a special shout out to do.
Hey.
It's a little early, but I'd rather be early than late.
Sure.
So a little birdie messaged the podcast and wanted to give a special shout out to their special lady in their life.
Heyo.
And we just want to say happy early birthday to Cindy, fellow Moist Mutual out there. Happy early birthday.
We love our mutuals.
We're actually going to do a shot to celebrate your birthday.
A little bit of
A
moonshine,
little bit of
apple pie.
Apple pie moonshine. Happy birthday,
To you,
Cindy.
Cindy.
Cheers to you. Happy
birthday.
October, everybody.
That is cinnamon-y.
So warming.
Yeah.
Warming my throat. But it is wild that
Cheers
it
to
is.
you.
Yeah, cheers to you. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the podcast is just the beginning of
A great,
better
great
things.
birthday week, yes.
Hopefully, this isn't the best thing that happens to you. If this is the best thing that happens to you, I'm sorry.
Enjoy it.
Hopefully, this is a good episode, I guess. No pressure.
We took our 4th shot, so we'll see.
That is true. We've been drinking a lot of apple pie today. That's because it's good, dude. And it's cheap. And I've been drinking some Oktoberfest. Isn't it wild that it's fucking October? Like, I feel like it was just yesterday we were like, oh, it feels so good to drink again.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
This
September
month has gone by fast.
September went by so quick.
September's always suck for me though, because I get allergies in September.
Yeah.
And then it always
How
turns into
have they been this year?
bad, and then
Yeah.
it turned into a cold, and
Yeah.
it always does. So now I'm just getting over my cold.
Wes has been having really bad allergies lately.
Yeah.
And he like wakes up and can't breathe and like, and I think I'm starting to develop allergies, but they're not like, I just have drainage,
Sure.
but it's not anything terrible.
Yeah.
But it's usually in the mornings, and I'm just, but I've always had weird drainage issues. Like sometimes it's drainage so bad that it makes me like almost throw up.
Sure. Jesus.
So it's not allergies.
Yeah.
But I think it is because of allergies. I don't
sure
know.
it doesn't help.
Yeah. It's terrible, but happy October, everybody. Happy spooky season.
And exciting news for me, because we're filming this last week of September.
Yes. We're filming this a little early.
This is my last week at FedEx. I only have 2 days of work, and then starting next week, I am full-time I'm building arcade cabinets full-time from here on out.
Isn't that fucking wild?
That's what I did today.
Did you work you worked a full day?
No, I worked like 4.5
Half days?
hours, yeah.
So I remember like it still feels like yesterday where you were like, gotta put my 2 weeks in. Or like
it felt like 2 weeks ago.
but you were like, I got a new job.
Yeah.
But I gotta wait a month.
Yeah.
And here we are, dude. Isn't that wild?
Do you remember when I interviewed in the beginning of July?
Yeah, and you
And I
just
didn't
thought
get
it was gone.
Then I didn't get it till like middle of August.
And you thought it was gone.
And now, beginning of October, I get to actually do the job.
So 2 days left at FedEx. How do you feel?
Good. I am so excited to be done.
Are you just kind of like, who cares?
A little bit, but it's still like you got to get all your shit done. Because it's still like I have a full truck of stuff. I'm ruder to customers now, which has been really fun.
Yeah, but you have been for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think, so Wednesday's going to be your last day?
Yes.
Do you think you're just going to go, okay, fuck it?
No, because you don't
want to be that guy.
I like knowing no one can talk shit about me after I leave.
Yeah, because I definitely.
Because everyone there is just sad that I'm leaving. When you worked at FedEx, was another conversation.
When I worked at FedEx, I've kind of talked about it on the pod, but I was doing FedEx and I got DUI, so then I can't.
After he got me the job.
Yes,
told me to get
you
a
can't
job.
drive a truck. But the guy who was running my area of FedEx, because it's all independent contractors, so I worked for a different contractor than you. He was a family friend, so he was like,
that's a bummer.
And I kind of treated him like shit. And in hindsight, because I called in a lot, and he gave me a lot of favors.
Leeway, yes.
But then he kept me on, even if I couldn't drive.
Which I've heard that's kind of normal, is that people keep you on as a runner.
A lot of
still
people
pay you the fucking same.
Well, and a lot of people in my group, they were like, "Oh yeah, that happened to me a few years ago. I did running for a while, and now I'm driving again."
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's wild.
I'm not going to be at FedEx for that.
Yeah. I mean, this is a lot longer than I wanted to be.
But
I
was a runner for FedEx for a while. But he's like, I can only do part time.
Sure.
He's like, so I can only give you 2 to 3 days a week. And I was like, at this point, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So I'll take it. It sucked ass. But I'd get done at fucking 2 p.m. every day.
And you get paid a full 8 hours.
Yeah, it was nice. And then, but speaking of like leaving a job with like your remembrance.
Yeah.
My last carpentry job.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't want to be that guy that people talk shit about when they left. I'm that guy that people talk shit about.
You are.
And I guarantee they are still talking about me.
Probably your past 3 jobs.
Yeah, maybe. No, but for sure my last carpenter job, which we've talked about on the podcast before, but like literally I put my 2 weeks in. I was already a shitty employee because I didn't go in a lot.
Yeah.
I called in a ton. I put my 2 weeks in, and then of the 2 weeks, I worked 3 days, maybe. Maybe.
And then what did they just say to you?
And then they were just like, just turn in your tools.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah. So I kind of ghosted the job. I did put my 2 weeks in, but ghosted it.
And they're paying you.
Yeah.
And you ghosted them.
So I guarantee, like, because it was a very small company and everybody knew everybody, and a lot of people were there for years.
How many people worked there?
Dude, maybe 15.
Okay.
15 less.
Sure.
And that's like talking about people like in the shop, people that work in the office.
Sure.
Like literally all together.
Yeah.
Because I was a field guy and there was only like 4 of us as field guys. But I guarantee if they got like any new employees, they were like, yeah.
Don't be this dude.
There was some kid that was here for over a year.
That's wild.
Never came into work. Was a shitty carpenter.
Started with a DUI.
Yeah. Couldn't drive a truck. He had to drive his own car. And he was fucking holding his windshield on with duct tape going to job sites.
Still are.
But guess what? Not carpenter. But it is funny to think, like, it is wild because last September, I remember I was like trying to contemplate what should I do with my life.
Oh, okay.
And I think my last official, I'm not going to say last day, but last time working was in November.
Oh.
So I think September was when I was like starting to think about doing school.
Okay.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
A year ago. And now I'm in my 3rd semester already.
That's really wild.
It's really weird to think about the perspective and like...
Well, because it feels like time's going so fast, but thinking about when you were a carpenter seems way more than a year ago. And it was like less than,
God, it seems like forever. Yeah. I've been unemployed for almost a year.
You've been a student for a year.
But unemployed.
Yeah.
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 It's but it is fun. It does bring a smile to my face every time I'm like, I wonder what's going on at my old job.
Yeah.
And they're just like, God, this piece of shit.
It wasn't even a bad job.
No, I mean, as me.
Yeah.
Like all the employees are like, there was a piece of shit.
See, I am glad that I am not that for anybody.
I don't want to be that guy, but it is kind of funny
that you are.
And also I remember, okay, this is kind of a funny story. So one of the last houses I worked on, it was a really nice house in like the Jordan Creek area of West Des Moines, which is like the fancy area of Des Moines. And so it's like a big house, and I was laying shoe. So most people don't know what that is, but it's so in a normal room, you got the baseboard trim.
Yes.
And like in this room, everybody sees the baseboard trim. But then there's another piece.
You're pointing at my house for that is not handy.
You got baseboard trim.
In this room.
Yeah, but you know what trim is.
In other rooms, I do not.
But shoe is what goes in. It's a smaller piece like this big.
Okay.
And it goes between the baseboard and the floor to seal. It's done after they've done flooring to seal the gaps.
I think I'm missing that in my house too.
Shoe sucks. I hate doing it.
Do you have to like hammer it in?
Well, I was just using an air nailer.
Oh, okay.
You know, but you gotta like literally cut to size, and if it's pre-finished, you gotta miter the corners.
Sure.
And it's so small.
We are now a carpentry podcast.
And sometimes you gotta like, I forget what it's called, but you gotta like cut and curve it. I don't know what it's called, but I forgot. Used to do it, don't do it anymore.
Yep.
But I was doing shoe in this house, and shoe takes a while. And it's a pain in the ass because you're on your hands and knees, and you got to measure, go to the saw, measure, go to the. It fucking sucks, dude. I was doing shoe, and usually 90% of the circumstance, shoe, like, you got to like ease the edges going into door frames.
Okay.
Because the door frame, shoe sticks past the door frame. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you go to a house and you see shoe, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's a detail that nobody notices unless it's done poorly.
Okay.
So this house was really unique in the fact that all their door frames and door jambs and like the shit that went around their doors, like your door jamb, was like super thick.
Okay.
So I eased the edges of all this shoe going into the door jambs. So there was like a weird 45-degree thing, which is what you do normally. But in this circumstance, it looked weird because it should have gone flat.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it was
kind
like,
of.
It was like massive door jam, weird indent into shoe.
Okay.
And it would have looked way better if it was flat.
Okay.
I did that in the entire house. I indented around everything. And then I found out, like, I did the entire house that way. And then...
Did they just not watch you do it?
Nobody stopped me. And I was kind of a rookie carpenter, and also, like, I realized what I was doing was bad.
Okay.
But I was already 2 rooms in, and I was like, well, consistency will look better than better.
If I fuck up the whole house, it'll look less fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Than if I did one room correct.
Because then it's like, oh, I get what he was doing. Because 90% of the time,
because he did it throughout our entire house.
Because 90% of the time, that's what you would do, but not in this circumstance. So I did that through the entire house, literally 2 floors of this massive house.
In a rich ass house, that this rich family is building for themselves.
Oh, dude, and
it's perfect.
Dude, they were the couple that they went back and fixed it. I guarantee. But every Friday, the wife of this couple would come. They were like an old retired couple. She would come and bring ice cream on hot days, baked cookies on different days. Like
Lord.
every Friday, she would bring stuff, and she would hang out, and we would have like a 30 to 45 minute break with her, like eating ice cream. Like I remember one time, she brought ice cream, and she this giant freezer bag, and it's like, okay, drumstick, like multiple options.
Okay.
And then you're eating it, you're talking, and then you finish it, and she's like, "You want another?" And I'm always like, "No, I gotta work."
Yeah.
And then you keep talking. She's like, "You want another?" And I'm like, "Okay, I guess." You know what I mean? Like you're talking for that long.
She doesn't
work.
know all the hard work you're doing fucking up her house.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, she doesn't know that I'm working with a guy that takes a ton of smoke breaks.
Oh,
so in
sure.
that house, I barely worked. But I found out, like, literally, like one of the last days I was there, that like the general manager in my old company walked into that house to do like, he does like checkups, and he walked in and he knew that I was doing shoe, and he like freaked out.
Were you there?
I wasn't. That was the day. It was the day I called in.
Like, I can't handle you yelling at me. I'm depressed.
No, yeah, it was a day. It was a day I called in. So he was already upset about that because I had called. There was one time he called. He sat down with me and he's like, "Hey, you've missed fucking like 50 days."
I remember when you told me
Yeah.
the number, and we were both just like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I didn't realize I missed that many. Like, so it was a day I
I think
called
it was
in.
like you missed 17 days in a month or
Yeah.
something wild like that.
Something that like he should have fired me, but he didn't. It's really funny in hindsight, but in the moment it was not cool.
No, it was very depressing.
Oh. But I remember it was a day I called in, and then he came into the house and saw that I did that in the entire house, and he freaked out.
He's like, "Where is it? Where is he?"
But guess what?
You were napping.
Yeah, I was sleeping, and I wasn't there, and it's just so funny to kind of be that villain.
Just be,
You know, because
a piece of shit.
in that job and in that world, I'm the villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm that guy.
You
that's
fucked
like,
up a house.
I'm that guy that's like, don't fucking do this. Like that's
And when he shows up, he fucks everything up.
well. What's funny is like they gave me so much lenience because they were like, "Hey, when you're here,
Yeah.
you actually get shit done and you're good."
Well, you're a good carpenter.
I was good, but at the
That
end,
was you just made a bad
I
choice
made
there
a
that
bad
nobody stopped
It
you.
was a mistake that I was like, and also that was like it probably. I was doing that shoe probably a year ago into September, so I was like, I don't even want to be here.
God, there was when I was a welder, I was running a robot, and I hated running robots. It was during my off season, so I had to do
hated running
that. But so it was just a small part. I had to run it, and it was for like 2 weeks. They were like, "All right, you're gonna do overnights." I'm like, "Do I have to?" And they're like,
Overnights.
and they're like, "You'll get paid for it." I'm like, "I don't care. I don't want to do that." So I was doing 10 hours at night.
So they just randomly shifted you from first shift to third shift?
Yep.
What the dude? That fucks you up entirely.
Yep.
Because we have some fans. Shout out to Nathan.
yeah.
Shout out to Nathan. Third shift. But going from first to third, dude, that's complete opposite.
And then right back to first.
yeah, what the
So
fuck?
I had like 2
dude?
days to recalculate. Yeah.
And you can't ever like that's such a weird.
But you do third shift. There's no managers there. It's just cleaning crew, and like 5 other guys maybe in the entire building.
It's weird, dude.
And I was running a robot, and then I remember this was my last day doing it, and I went back to mornings on Monday, and they're like, and I was switching back to my normal job because my season was over, or my season had just started.
It's
So
weird that you had seasons.
well, because I built one part.
yeah.
I built 40 a day for 4 years.
God, and it's the
9
same
months
thing
out of the
every
year.
day.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
See, that
so-
sounds terrible.
So what I built,
I'm actually glad you do arcade now.
Yeah.
Arcade cabinets.
I'm very excited for that. It's very frustrating now because a guy was like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I am trying to be helpful," and then he laughed. I'm like, "Just tell me what to do." Yeah. But
I want to be the best of this.
well, I want to be helpful because the other guy keeps throwing out so much jargon to me.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't know what that means.
Well, because
He's like talking about like
all right, so today,
science.
No, so like today, all I had to do because I worked today for my new job building arcade cabinets.
It's cool that you've been easing into it. That's really fun.
It's been very nice, yeah. But so today, what I was doing is I was working on arcade. What one was it? I sent it to you.
Oh, Sunset Riders.
Yeah, Sunset
Konami
Riders,
game.
yep.
Fantastic game.
4-player.
It's also on the NES.
side-scrolling shooting.
Yeah, it's side-scrolling shooting. I think it's a 3-player cabinet. It's very unique.
This one was 4.
Oh, it's a 4-player?
Yep.
I played a 3-player cabinet recently, and it's cool.
Oh, I didn't build that one. Anyways, so I
It
had,
wasn't hit out down. So
I just had to take apart the. Oh God, they're gonna be pissed. I don't even know the jargon for it, but where all the controllers are.
hardware.
Yeah, I had to take the board apart.
Okay, yeah, that sounds scientific.
I was just asking him, like, so is this what I do next? And every time I guessed, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And that, I need to learn to stop fucking guessing, trying to impress them, because I'm wrong every time.
You're just, you got that hunger.
Also-
the hunger's back.
Also, my interview, I threw out some good jargon. I was
Well,
like,
you have to.
well, yeah, but then now I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, all right, so I need to unscrew all these things. He's like, oh no, all you gotta do is pop the E-clamp. I'm like, yeah, I'll just pop the E-clamp. And then I was looking at it, and I looked at it for a while. I was like, I eventually went back to him. I'm like, you gotta show me what an E-clamp is.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, well, it's
I remember
this.
being that guy.
And I'm like, okay. And then he walked away again, because he's been working on machines for 15 years.
Yeah, so it's just, that's normal vocabulary.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, what is popping at me? And he's like, oh, you just pop that off. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go for my smoke break. He handed me a screwdriver. So I bet 20 minutes, I got 4 E-clamps I got to pop. I'm just poking at him with a screwdriver.
Yeah,
And
you don't know what you're doing.
And when we came back, I finally learned how to pop them. I was 3 screwdrivers deep. I had 2 in one hand trying to just hoist
Trying
up
to
a
pry
part, pry a part up.
And he, like, walked
And
in.
then the third one to
Did he,
pop it.
Did he walk up and go, whoa, what are you doing?
No, he doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care.
No, and I fucking popped those E-clamps. It took me all day, but
Dude, you're popping E-clamps?
all day. And then the same thing, he was like, I was like, all right, what's the first step? He's like, all right, you gotta just unlatch it. And then he's like, yeah, so you, and I'm like, all right, where are the latches? He's like, all right, open up it's the coin doors, which I know how to do that. I know how
that's
to
cool.
install coin doors too now.
Hey, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's
so I opened
arcades,
those
dude.
up, and he's like, yeah, just reach up and undo the latches. So I am just clawing. Like it's
You're
like
I don't know what
No,
what
it's like the first time I fingered a woman. I am just in there, just trying to do something
trying to
right.
get something.
Yeah, just trying to make somebody
But
happy.
What sucks is the machine's not reacting.
No.
So you don't know if you're hitting the right thing.
Exactly. And then I'm like, all right, can you help me with this? He's like, yeah. And he goes on and undoes one. He's like, yeah, it's right there. And then he walks away again because he's just so used to.
Yeah, it's just so
he
like
knows it.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just
lives and breathes it.
clawing at the inside of this other side. And then eventually I'm like, all right, don't tell me where it is. Can you show me what it looks like? And so he pulls one out. So it's literally like he pulled out a diagram of a fucking clit to show me what to do.
This is the
Yeah.
G spot.
That's where they pee. Don't do that.
Don't go in that hole.
Yeah, and after seeing it, I was able to find it.
So what you're saying is arcade machines are like women?
Yeah,
Okay, good to know.
you gotta beat them up and throw money at them until they work.
Makes sense.
I was trying to make a joke there. I don't know if it landed.
I think
was
it's
alright.
pretty good.
It was alright.
I think that could do some work, but I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a start to a bit.
It's a start. I think it's a start to a new 5-minute stand-up bit.
But yeah, and then
Yeah, going back to
and then
you.
I finally unlatched him, and I'm like, and I had to think to myself that would have taken 10 seconds for him, and it took me minutes.
Yeah.
like and so long because he would have been like, crink, crink.
Yeah.
But I was
Well, it's
just.
because he's been inside of every
Yeah.
type of woman. I mean, every type of machine, so he knows what it's
But like I was like at one point I was like, oh, my arm is way too deep in this. Like it's
You're like, it's just nothing but a.
oh, like, this shouldn't smell like shit. I'm in the wrong spot.
You're in the wrong hole, dude. That's the wrong one. See, there we go.
There we go.
We're getting there.
We're on it.
We're getting there. Dude, I remember like, when I was doing carpentry and I was doing installs, they would be like, hey, go do this. And I go, okay, yeah, I understand.
Because you don't want to admit fault immediately.
And then I would walk away. And like usually because when you're working on a house, like for carpentry, you're working on a whole house, so you're in different areas. So I'd be like, oh, hey, how do you do this? And they're like, And then I would leave.
You'd walk away.
I'd go, oh, okay, sounds good. I'd walk away. I'd like click my headphones back on, like some like Joe Rogan playing on my podcast or something. I go back.
You're learning everything.
I'd walk back in the room and I'd stand there and go, what the fuck did he just say?
Because you know the words he said.
And then I would,
but you don't know how they apply
and
to
then I
any
would-
situation.
And then I would like try and do it again, but try and do it again that I've already,
differently, yeah.
but I've already been trying it. And then I like kind of take a breath, take a step back, be like, okay, process. What did he say? Try again. Do the exact same thing. Doesn't work. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to build up the courage to walk back, walk across the house to be like, okay,
What?
can you actually? What I would do is I go, can you actually come look at this? Like that'd be my way of like, I didn't quite understand what you said,
Yeah.
but can you actually come to this?
Yeah.
And be like, Can you show me?
Because maybe it's the situation's fault that what he's saying
I'm
is not
blaming,
working.
I'm blaming the situation. And he walks in and he's like, oh yeah, you just do this. And I'm like,
No.
oh, I get it now. I get it.
I hate that. Just the, just
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
the big nod.
But it's
with-
like when you're new at a job or when you're new at something, you
Yeah.
don't know the easy things.
well, again,
It takes a while to realize that,
because I've reminded these people so many, because none of them are mean to me at all. They are
I'm sure they're the nicest
they are
people.
ungodly nice. It's it's weird how kind they
Yeah,
are.
you're probably the meanest person there.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to hate you.
Well, because I was working on something, and then the guy was like, "Hey, what's your favorite Romero movie?" And then I stopped he did all the zombie movies, so
Oh
like
my
Dawn of the
God.
Dead.
Yeah.
So Night
What
of
do
the
you
Living Dead.
pick?
I did 1990 Night of the Living Dead with
I haven't
Tony
seen
Todd.
that one. Yeah, that remake, yeah.
Yeah, because I hate the original Barbara.
Because she's so annoying, yeah.
Yeah, and she's useless. And the new Barbara, because also Tony Todd's in it, he's Candyman. But the new Barbara, she's can use a
badass,
fucking
and
gun.
she's hot, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and like she's wearing like in the end she has short like a pixie cut red hair in the 90s. So before pixie cuts were
Oh,
big,
fuck,
yeah.
yeah.
And by the end of it, she's wearing just a white tank top, and her nipples are poking through the whole time. And this is the conversation I'm having with this man.
What? In the middle of a shop.
And then by the end of it, he's like, "Oh, you're about ready to head out. You want to just play a game till you do?" I'm like, "Okay." So I
You just want to play a game. You just want to
yeah,
play
so I
video
play
games.
Carnival, which is a shooter, and so now him and I are playing Carnival together. I'm
Oh,
explaining.
so he played it with you?
Yeah, I'm explaining all the sideshow shit in it because he's curious about it because he knows I know shit about. So I keep thinking that I'm dealing with like welders because
No.
welders were the worst
No.
fucking people.
Well,
These are
that's all. Dude, this is just
these are
chill.
Three people work there. They're
Yeah.
all fucking nerds.
Yeah, 3 nerd carpenters
Yeah.
that aren't like not even quite carpenters because I guarantee if they wouldn't know how to like do a house.
Yeah.
But they're arcade.
One of them would, I think.
They're arcade.
Yeah.
Like they're just
one
very
guy knows wood, one guy knows arcades, and that's it.
and that's it.
And the other guy's always gone because he has kidney stones, and he's the manager
But he's just never there.
because he has so
How
many.
many stones are you getting?
So many. That's the reason it took me a month to get hired. It's because he has kidney stones, and he's still like I feel so bad for this dude. And
Quit doing what you're doing, dude.
And then I've worked there 3 days, and so of my 12 hours I worked there, 4 of them have been lunch
yeah, which is wild.
because I always eat before I go in there.
And then they're like, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?"
And then we're sitting at an Applebee's
Yeah.
for an hour and
For
a
an
half.
hour and a- yeah.
One guy gets a beer. I'm just,
Okay, he ordered a beer.
I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Dude, that's really chill. I guess you're not dealing with heavy machinery.
No.
So you can order a beer.
I used a sander today, which that was fun. I got to actually
Was
sand.
it air compressed sander?
No, a plug-in.
Okay.
Yeah. No, today I was happy I actually got to do a little bit of carpentry where it's just sanding, and I blew it off the dust, and then I spray painted it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
That's
mostly-
after I popped those E-clamps.
You had a productive day.
I did.
Freaking popping E-clamps.
All day.
Yeah. Dude, that's freaking exciting.
It's weird because I was trying to like
It's going to take a while for you to get used to this lax job.
Yes.
And I talked about it in an earlier episode, but I think it's going to ruin your work ethic.
That I'm a little worried about. That's why, because I've been sick the past week, so I'm trying to get back into working out again too.
So it's going to, but luckily you're going to get home and not be tired. You're going to get home and be like, I'm ready to work.
Yeah, because and like going at 9, like a 9 to 5,
9 to
Monday through
5.
Friday is gonna be so weird.
The problem is you get off at 5. Like that's so
That
late.
is a bummer.
But
Yeah.
you get to sleep in a decent amount. Like 9, it's not. You can wake up at 8 o'clock.
Well, because my job is 10 minutes away now, not interstate.
Yeah, that's
Just
dude.
one
You
street.
can wake up at fucking 8:30.
Yeah.
and I'm sure.
I need to try not to.
and I'm sure if you get there at 9 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Dude, they're gonna be sitting
Fucking
around,
around.
drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone's gonna be smoking
No,
cigarettes.
today I watched 2 R-rated movies with the guy. He put on Heavy Metal. Do you know what that is?
I think I've heard of
The
it.
animated film. It's got so many titties in it. And he was like, we don't have an HR. And he put that on. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to remember what we watched before. We watched a Mad Max movie. And like, we're watching it like half the time.
Dude, it
and I'm
reminds
asking
me-
questions.
It's obviously a shop, but it reminds me a lot of the barber shop I go to.
Sure.
Because they just always have something on that's ridiculous. But what's wild is you have something on every day for a while. Eventually, you're gonna run out of shit.
No,
And then
no, because he also has all of Game of Thrones. He is everything.
And I'm sure, dude, if he's like, okay, let's watch Game of Thrones, and he's like, okay, let's actually watch this episode. You'd all of you would sit down.
I would not be surprised. There's literally 4 of us there.
Yeah.
Like, I am the 4th of 3 men.
And I'm sure, like, when you're all working, can you all, like, see and talk to each other? Or is there, like,
one
booths?
guy's in the office, one guy
So
is
there's, like,
working.
there is an office guy?
Yeah, because he's the manager. Because he's more like ordering
He's
shit.
not there.
I think I haven't seen him work on shit, but I don't know what he does. He's the one with the kidney stones.
Well, he has stones.
He also has a dog, which is awesome because it's an in-shop dog.
It's pretty wild that he has a dog.
Yeah, goes to lunch with us.
He goes to Applebee's with you.
No shit.
Is it like a tiny dog?
Yeah.
It's a lap dog.
Name's Chewy. It's a great dog. I spend a good quarter of my time there playing with the dog too.
God, dude.
It's a joke. And I have never had an easy job. And
Dude,
since
this
Pizza
is gonna,
Hut.
This is gonna be such an easy job where you go, am I even working?
I'm scared that I'm not gonna work enough and they're gonna be like, hey, you're not doing enough
but
shit. And I'm like,
nobody's-
I don't know how.
But nobody's doing anything. That's what's.
Because I think I told you about this. One thing I want to figure out how to do is work there without anybody. Because they keep going on lunches and I'm like, I can't.
The tough part is you're hungry and you want to work on
Yeah.
stuff, and they're preventing you from doing that, and they're the employee.
Well, because I need them to tell me what to do because I don't know what when I look at
You're
it.
still learning,
Because
so it's a hard learning environment for you.
that's what made me so. Because all they asked when I applied is driving a box truck, which I've done for the past 2 years, and basic carpentry.
easy.
But then they keep being like, all right, look at this arcade cabinet and fix it. So then I'm depending on the other guy.
So they literally go, fix it.
No, not that.
Okay.
That's just the job is fixing it.
Yeah.
So I have to keep asking the guy next to me, like, hey, what is my first step?
So when you walk in, is there just a cabinet at your bench? Like, do you have a bench?
No, I don't have a bench. No, that's the other weird thing is that there's 3 spots for them. I ate at one of the guys' lunch spots today.
Yeah. So like, are you gonna get your own bench?
I doubt it.
You probably. You probably should.
I don't think there's room. There is literally hundreds of cabinets in there.
Damn. I mean, it sounds fucking fun as
It's
fuck.
weird.
It also sounds like it sounds like it sounds like a job that I would love.
That's honestly something that was weird for me when I applied. It was like, oh, because I remember thinking about people in general. I was like, very few people are more qualified than
Yeah.
I am. You are one person who is so much more qualified because you literally build cabinets
Because I graduated with a carpentry degree.
in cabinets.
Yeah, in cabinets, and then I do video games for a side hustle.
And you did FedEx. So you have
I
your
have all
box truck
three.
too. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
For the box truck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you did get me into that. That's just the weirdest part of this job is I felt like my entire life has been leading up to this job, including my parents raising me on pure 80s nostalgia.
Yeah, because that's all
I know every movie they watch. I know every song they listen to. I can give them fun facts about shit that they know more about still.
And that's kind of cool because they're older than you.
Because like I'm trying to become one of the guys there, which is wild.
Dude, I'm very curious to see what it's going to be.
In a year where I'm in it.
Well, yeah, obviously in a year, but like once you do a full week there,
Yeah.
what's I want to hear like how is it going to be like the same? You're like, I don't even know how I did a week. Like,
Sure.
like,
I don't know what I
did
did.
nothing.
Like today
I did
some
like 3
shit.
E-clamps the entire week. Like
And it took me
I don't even know what E-clamps
8
are.
hours. No, that's one thing I'm really pumped about going full time is that every day I've worked on a cabinet, next week it's gone.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun to actually work through the whole process.
So today I started my own cabinet. I'm bummed it probably won't be there on Monday.
someone will probably finish it.
Yeah. But like it's one where like he had 3 out. Cause he had that one. Fuck, I can't remember. It's a shooter. It's a dumb one though. It's a zombie shooter, but the zombies have guns.
Oh,
But it's
weird.
got a big ass Frankenstein on the side of it, but it's also a shotgun.
Light gun?
I don't prefer shotgun light. It's a mounted though too.
So it's like Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the fucking Aerosmith game. Or
Yeah.
even Aliens. Aliens a good one. We have one of those in the back.
Yeah, but if it's mounted and it's a machine gun,
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
This is a mounted shotgun.
Yeah, but that sucks.
Yeah, because I watched him just take it apart the entire time. Unfortunately, our House of the Dead, it's a computer problem, so we can't fix it right now.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. He said we bag it, put it in the back, and we get to it.
bag it?
Yeah.
So you just
There are hundreds. I'll try and climb up the stairs and get a video of just how many arcades are in there.
it would be wild just because you go, holy shit.
And half of
because it's
like
a
a third
arcade,
of them are done.
It's an arcade warehouse.
Yes. It's so weird.
Oh my god. And then it's like those are like, hey, if we ever are slow, let's go back to those.
Well,
or
no, it's not because I asked him is there do you guys have periods? And he was like, no. You just grab one and work on it next. It's so many. They've never run out.
Yeah, because it's always a back. Because they're old machines.
Yeah, because they just keep buying new old ones.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah. A little update about my job life.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. I do kind of want to transition into something that is kind of video game related.
Okay.
But kind of cool. So I'm just gonna mention it real quick, and we can move past it. Just recently turned 29. Let's move past it.
I thought about doing a show for it. I knew you would want that.
A show,
like because I think we announced my birthday episode.
We did a birthday celebration for you.
Yeah,
and we wore outfits. We smoked cigarettes.
And I want to do that for you, but I'm scared to bring it up because you hate your birthday.
Oh yeah, let's move past it.
Next year we have to do something.
God no.
Yeah, a dirty 30.
Can I tell you? Okay, so my mom called me on my birthday, and she's like, "Hey, happy birthday!" And I was like, "Thanks."
Yeah, because Izzy messaged me, and she's like, "Is it really Robert's birthday?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Should we message him?" I'm like, "Yeah, but don't make it a just say happy birthday."
She did reach out, and I was probably very short.
I think you're like, "Thank you," because that's what you said to me. It was just, "Thank you, love you too." Because I was like, "Hey, no, it's not your favorite day, but I hope you have a good day."
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Sure.
But so my mom called me and wished me happy birthday, and she was like, "Hey, I was thinking." This actually happened in person. So I saw her in person, and she was like, "So I was thinking." Yeah, because we went out to lunch. She was like, "So I was thinking, next year, is the big 3-0, the big 30. So I was thinking it'd be fun to throw you a big party." And I go, "No."
Okay, because one, she can't throw you. I could maybe throw you a party.
My mom likes to throw birthday parties. And it would just be a bunch of her friends.
Yeah. No, I could maybe throw you a party and it would be fun.
But
you maybe wouldn't like that was your birthday, but I could at least get people you like.
Yeah.
She could not.
Yeah.
It'd be a bunch of 40 to 50-year-old women drinking wine.
Yeah. Which I like. I've done that so many times with her. It is fun if it's not my birthday.
I do kind of. I do kind of.
You know what I mean?
Wish
it is fun.
Well, I don't have a wine mom.
Oh yeah.
Which I think that would be fun to have a wine mom, and you could go during the day because they're drunk.
Yeah. But I remember she was so excited, and she was like, I was thinking next year, we throw you a party for your big 30, and I just go no, and she goes, "Oh, why not?" And I go, "That sounds terrible." I literally said that to her face. We're in the car. I go, "That sounds terrible," and I could tell.
You just broke that woman's heart.
She fucking was destroyed. She was so excited, and she was like, I have a year to plan this, and I just go, "That sounds terrible." and she shut down.
She thought for sure it was oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, because she's like, "Oh, this is what birthdays, you know?" And, no, she shut down and quit talking, and I was just like, I just don't like my birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. Who fucking cares when you were born? You know what I mean? It's not even. It's not. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? Why does it need to be celebrated? You made it another year. You're older
because people love you and they want to celebrate you.
You should celebrate me when I do things that are impressive. I didn't do.
I'm not gonna throw a party for you every time you do something impressive.
No, but I mean, why are we throwing a party when you turn an age because you didn't do anything? But you just fucking survived longer.
But that can be a time to celebrate everything you've done the past year.
It's just stupid, dude. If I did something impressive, if I did something worthy of a party, let's have a party. Let's go, "Oh, wow, you got the fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Let's have a party."
Okay, if you do that, you get that and a birthday. But
no, dude, it fucking pisses me off. It doesn't piss me off. I just don't. I do like other people's birthdays and other people's birthdays parties. It's just my birthday. I really hate it.
Sure, I know. I remember my mom asked me because I talked to her that day because she's went in for surgery. She's fine. She'll be on the podcast at some point. She wants to be.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah.
The Moist Mom.
That's gonna be fun.
Episode.
The Moist Mom episode.
But she also asked, "Oh, is it Robert's birthday?" I'm like, "Yeah." He doesn't like it though. She's like, "Oh, maybe I'll wish him something tomorrow." I'm like, "That'd be great."
She didn't.
Damn. Well, she had surgery. She doesn't remember that conversation.
When did she have surgery?
She had I can't remember what it's called. She has something wrong with her intestines where it gets inflamed or whatever. So she got a piece removed.
Yeah, but there's a lot of intestines in there.
Yeah, no. So they just cut a corner off and just attach those two parts, and I think she's good now.
I mean, That's cool.
Yeah, it's weird.
Good that it, yeah, I don't understand
No,
biology.
she's recovering now.
But going back to what I was talking about, so my first Saturday as a 29-year-old male adult. Let me tell you how I spent it.
Okay.
It sounds like you're bracing for like very depression.
I am.
That's a different conversation. You should be. This is very. I don't know if it's cool, but it made me feel better.
Okay.
So, my normal Saturday Sunday for the past 5 years has been I'm at the Game Off the Grid Studios.
Yep.
I'm editing, filming, playing video games, blah blah, drinking beer, hanging out with somebody.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah. But like on this Saturday, we ended early. Wes had to do a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I worked on a little bit of homework, and then I was like, I'm gonna play some Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
So
No, when you want to play Minecraft, that's the best decision.
So my brother, a few days earlier, like the day after my birthday, when I got lunch, he was like, "Hey, do you want to play Minecraft on the Xbox?" And I was like, "Sure, I haven't played Minecraft forever." And that got me back into it. And then I downloaded Minecraft on my PS4, paid $20 for it.
Sure,
I don't care. So then I was like, I want to play Minecraft. So then, literally, it's like 3 p.m. on a Saturday. I'm like, I'm gonna play some Minecraft. Playing it, and I'm like, I was just listening to music, because you don't really. It's just
no. I'll put on a podcast while I do it. I haven't played that in so long.
So here's what I did.
Yeah.
I was listening to music and I was like, I'm gonna put it on a podcast.
Yeah.
So I put on Doughboys.
Okay.
Listen to the episode. I literally brought my iPod out because they have it on YouTube, so I could like visually watch.
Dude, you can get. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Visually watch it.
So I have Spotify on my PlayStation. I'll put both on. So nice.
Oh, so it's coming through the.
Yeah.
No, so I have.
So if it's a visual though, yeah.
Yeah, so I have the visual. I'm listening to the podcast. It's right next to me on the coffee table playing Minecraft. The podcast ends. It's an hour and almost a 2-hour podcast. I go, well, I haven't listened to podcasts in a while. There's a bunch of backlog I haven't listened to. Put on another.
What'd you do?
Same Doughboys.
Okay.
Same thing. I did this. Let's say 3:30, 4 p.m. till 1 a.m.
That kind of sounds amazing.
For like 9 hours.
No,
I listened to 3 whole Doughboys podcasts.
That honestly sounds great. I do that on nights when Izzy's gone.
Dude,
I'll play a
and it
mindless
was-
game.
And it was very relaxing.
Are you happy you did it?
Oh.
Then fuck yeah.
Dude, it was weird to think like my first Saturday as a 29-year-old dude. I played Minecraft and listened to podcasts.
All right. My only request is get the most basic PlayStation online so we can do that together because now I have Saturdays off.
Dude, but it was so fun.
Dude, get online so I can play with you.
I'm worried that if I invite you to my world, you're going to blow it up.
No,
That's what you used to do. You used to go in and grief. That's what it's called. You used to go in and like mess people's shit up. That's what you used to do.
I'm an adult now.
Yeah, but I feel like you still do it because you think it's funny. You know what I mean?
No, I will. We can set up lines. I will build my own place.
But it's also kind of nice because I didn't talk at all. I was just numbing.
No, that's what I'm saying is we can do that too. I would love that. And just, I know you're out there. Same within this world.
And then we can just go. Yeah, like, how you doing?
That's the issue with my PlayStation is that since I have the VR hooked up.
Yeah, that's your microphone.
When I'm mic'd up, it's literally the room.
Yeah.
So Izzy will just be yelling shit from the other room.
I remember we used to play online, and I could just hear sirens going by, in the background.
When I lived downtown.
All the time. But dude, it felt like, so I'm a big fan of puzzles.
Sure.
And I'm a big fan of because it's a very calming
the music's great.
Sensation. Yeah. Well, just puzzles. So it's a very you get zoned into this area and you go, holy shit, an hour passed. That's what it feels like with Minecraft. And I played Minecraft a ton back in the day.
Yeah, we both did.
360. I played it on PC when it first came out. I haven't played it since junior high, dude. But I haven't played it in a ton. And now I'm in this weird I'm not even doing anything. I'm literally clearing a mountain.
Sure.
I'm one of those I'm building an area, so I'm just mining a mountain down to nothing.
Okay.
So it's just straightforward erasing bricks till you get full, erase the inventory, you get pickaxes, and then when it's night, go to bed. You know what I mean? So it's just very mind numbing, but with a podcast going, and it's kind of a meditative.
No, that's something I've been doing recently.
Yeah, it's kind of a meditative sort of thing, and it's very weird that I'm back into
I
Minecraft.
kind of like that for you though. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
And I played it for a few hours a day.
All right.
I have to set an alarm though.
Okay.
Like if I have to do something or
Sure.
am going to do something, I have to set an alarm because time will go so fast. That's what's so wild. It's like when I do a puzzle. Time will go so fast and I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I've been doing this for 3 hours. Yeah. So I kind of just do hour breaks here and there, but Saturday was like, that's a big deal.
That'd be maybe if you get back into your push-ups, do like every time it autosaves, go do push-ups.
Yeah.
It does
or every time I go to bed in the game, there's a little bit of loading.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. So
if you can mix in some healthy shit with that too,
Yeah, so-
that'd be really good.
it's kind of we're kind of getting towards the end, but I don't want to bring down the vibe a little bit.
Okay.
But I'll bring it back up at the end.
Okay.
I got a good transition, but I do want to talk. Do want to have like some real talk.
All right.
So like September, we already kind of mentioned it, but September sucked.
Yeah.
September was a terrible month.
Yeah.
So was my birthday, obviously. September went fast, luckily, but I also hated it.
Yes.
The whole month sucked. Depression wise, terrible.
Yeah. No, you hit some lows.
Yeah. And I kind of want to just like, I want to be real.
Okay.
I just want to like talk about it.
Sure.
Because like,
That's what I'm here for.
and a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people go through stuff that's similar. And I just want to be like, hey, you're not alone.
Sure.
Because I go through this a lot. Like, I'm on medication and all this stuff, but I feel like I don't want to say I'm bipolar because I'm not. And but I go through these super high peaks and valleys.
Okay.
So like literally in August, if you listen to the podcast four episodes later, 4 episodes ago, fucking thriving, dude.
Peaks?
290 push-ups.
Yeah.
Guess what? I've done 0 push-ups in September. Terrible.
Not great.
You know what I mean? Peaks and valleys.
That's a
Just
valley.
this instant fucking. But now I feel like I'm still not quite, but I can tell I'm on the up and up.
I can also tell that because I've been hanging out with you the past few weeks. And I can definitely tell, like, ooh,
He's talking.
just watch my footing around him right now.
What's your footing?
Yeah, like as in you are not in a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sucks. And what sucks about depression is like, what's weird is it doesn't. Maybe it was because of my birthday. Maybe that's what caused it.
Sure.
Maybe that's part of it. But there's no real like reason.
Well, I noticed at the beginning we got accepted into a little film contest at the beginning of the month, and we're hoping to get accepted into another one at the beginning of this next month. I noticed you took that way harder than you should have.
I was also really drunk.
Yes.
So that probably didn't help.
Yes. Because that was a bummer for me, is that I thought this was a fun, like, dumb thing.
It was a fun thing.
That we can do every month, and we'll probably get in, but we're not going to win all of them. And you took it really hard.
Well, it's because we got 9th out of 10th place.
We should have gotten 8th out of 10th place.
I was trying to be like, dude, agree with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, that was
I was like angry.
Yeah, but I was like, we did not deserve top 5.
But we didn't deserve 9th.
No.
We submitted something better. So like that was like September 2nd.
Yeah.
And also I was going off of a month of not drinking. Alcohol is definitely a depressant.
Yes.
I still love it. I still drink it, but I could tell definitely from drinking that it brought me down as a whole. Mm-hmm. And I even talked to you guys, and you guys were like, "Quit drinking." And I was like, "Nah."
I didn't say quit drinking. I was like, drink less. Focus on your push-ups and shit.
Which I haven't. But I'm on the up and up, so push-ups are in my foreground.
Then do some tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tell me when you do.
I will. It's been a rough month because I haven't been going to class. I've been like sleeping all the time. I just been like, it sucks, dude, because it's like it just overwhelms you.
Sure.
And like literally like the easiest tasks, like my apartment became a mess.
Sure.
Because cleaning is overwhelming.
Sure.
It's now it's clean now.
Okay.
You know, like I did a bunch of stuff today, and I was like, let's fucking go.
Good.
Like I woke up before my alarm today. Like I woke up to the sunrise. Like the sun was peeking through the blinds, and I was like, I'm awake. Like that was nice.
Yeah.
You know, and like I was getting shit done, but it's just these weird peaks and valleys. And then also like when I'm in this funk, I quit taking medication.
Which does not help.
Does not help.
You are very because
I'm very self-destructive.
Because what's frustrating with me is I I know what would help, and you know what would help, and you just don't.
Well, and
do
also
it. And I
I-
know that's part of what depression
Well,
is.
and also, I know that the easiest things, like going outside, you'll feel better.
Working out, you'll feel better. Going to class, you'll feel better.
But the problem is that when you're in these funks and when you're in these, like these depression waves that I've been dealing with, what's weird is depression and anxiety didn't hit me till like 21 maybe.
Sure.
I didn't have it at all growing up. I was actually like anxiety free in high school, which is wild.
Yeah.
And depression free in high school, which is wild because that's usually like super high. You know,
Especially
people bullying
'cause
you.
at that point,
I was the weirdest fuck. And
yeah, you very well could have respectively had it.
yeah, because I was weird as fuck. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it hit me, and then I've been dealing with since with these waves, and like you just slide so quickly down, and so my depression is different for everybody, but I like self isolate. I freaking sleep all the time. Don't do anything because it's kind of at this point a comfort
Okay.
because I know it so well, because that's been my habit when I get in depression where I'm like, well, just sleep. It's my escapism.
Sure.
And so
But it never helps.
I'm self-aware that I know that I'm doing this as my escapism, and I know that it doesn't help. But it gets me through the day at least, and
it doesn't get you through the day. It disappears the day.
it disappears the day. And also, like, it's so hard to like literally, like, even just taking a shower,
Okay.
like that. Just the idea of doing that when you're in these depressive funks, like there were multiple weeks in September, I took a shower once a week.
Oof.
Yeah.
See,
But then every time I did, I felt so much better. Like I felt clean. I felt like refreshed.
because I'm a take a shower when depressed person.
It feels better.
Soup in the shower.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Try that out.
All I have is chili. Like that's it.
That's fine.
It's very thick.
I've done that.
I don't have a seat in my shower.
Wow. That's a bummer.
I don't know, dude. It's just really, like, it might have been because it's my September month, and like last September I was like also in a funk and like
Sure.
terrible, and like it really sucks, and I know that I definitely have self-sabotage.
Yes, you do.
So like when I start to spiral, I want to increase that spiral.
Well,
for no reason.
Because my big thing I notice is once you start fighting me against yourself.
Did I do that?
Where I'm very pro you, trying to help you, and you are fighting me, so you are
Well, that's because
doubling down
I just
on.
don't. I have a ton of self-doubt.
Yes.
I have a ton of like just discouraging thoughts. Even when I'm in my high peaks,
Sure.
those thoughts are still there.
I mean, I have those.
I mean,
too.
a lot of people
Like,
have those
I think
thoughts.
that's a normal thing.
But like, what's wild is like during the month, and I'm on the up and up. So like,
And-
that's why I'm glad I'm talking about this now, because I'm on the up and up. So don't worry.
Well, and that's something I noticed when you came over today. Is like, oh, he's chipper.
Yeah.
and it's fun.
And
now.
I could tell I was in a better mood too.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just always yeah. But like when I'm in these like depressive funks, like you like self isolate, and you have like, I was having like suicidal thoughts.
Sure.
And like I know that's very trigger warning.
But like,
And I was having it a ton, but I will never act
it.
on it. And
Yeah.
I wasn't even like, I didn't even pursue it.
right.
But I will say like the thoughts were there all the time.
sure.
And it was just like, man, who cares? Like, it was like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
And like, I like watch a movie, like depressed, check my phone, no notifications, watch a movie, no notifications. And I'm like, nope, no one cares about me.
Is that? See, I love no notification.
No, but like when you're in this thought, it's like all these self-negative things. I hate notifications.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
when I'm this depressed,
You're
it's like
feeding it any way you can.
I'm feeding it
Yeah.
to make me feel worse because it's a comfort thing. And it's
Sure.
like, I wonder if anybody else can relate that deals with this. Is it fucking, it's just like this weird, I don't know,
But
feeding
like,
thing.
I
And then
know
you just
if-
go like,
I know if you were like, oh, Jacob texted me, you would go, I'm a burden or shit. Like you would
Yeah.
find a way.
Well, and then also sometimes I look and be like, oh, someone texted me. I probably shouldn't respond.
Sure.
And then I would like, I'd be excited initially, and then be like, it's not worth it to look at it.
Sure.
So then I would just like kind of burden myself, be like, or maybe they takes me out of pity. Like, you know, I like convince myself like all these stupid fucking bullshit things to make me feel worse.
Yeah.
Dude, and it sucks. And it's like, man, you have these thoughts where it's like, you don't want to be around anymore. You know, I don't want to be around anymore. I know it's from a sketch.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
But it's
not
like,
because I'm laughing at the idea of it. It's 'cause he quoted something.
but literally, it's like, dude, if I were to like, you know, end it right now, I had this thought so many times. It was like, if I were to end it right now, how long would it take for someone to find me? And then I would think about that thought.
That'd be weird.
And then I'd go, man, okay, Monday night, we didn't do the podcast. Okay,
I would text you.
I'd probably skip class Tuesday, so you know teachers wouldn't reach out. I have YouTube stuff Tuesday. Wes would probably be like, "Where the fuck are you?" But then be like, maybe I don't know, maybe he's asleep. Wednesday it would go. Thursday, so it'd probably be a couple days, and then you go
To find you, sure.
and then you go, wow, it takes a couple days for someone to realize you're gone. Piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like that's the thought.
All right.
And then you really fucking spiral.
Is it weird? I kind of want to look and think about how long it would take.
Yeah, but like,
Because it would take how long?
I live alone.
It'd be how long until Wes and I talk to each other?
Because it would be somebody you reaching out, be like, hey, have you heard from?
Yeah.
You know?
That's where it would take.
But like,
The issue is also, I don't remember your apartment number. I think I know which one it is if I go to it.
yeah, and I think nobody else has really been there. Like my mom's never been there.
Sure.
You know, so it's like, but also if you really were to look there, you walk past mailboxes and my last name's on the mailbox, so you could find the number
Sure.
if you wanted to. But then it's like, yeah, it's a very weird, but like that's literally what I'm thinking daily.
Yeah.
And then it's fucked up.
Have you
dude.
thought about like getting a pet?
A lot of people, I have thought about getting a cat just for companionship because like it definitely spans from like loneliness.
Yeah.
And like, you know, being alone.
Because you're out of the house too much for a dog.
Yeah. But also like I love when I'm at my peaks, I love having my alone time.
Sure.
Alone time's fucking great. I love having that like
But a cat doesn't take away from that.
yeah. But it's also someone else to take care of them.
It's just you throw their food in, you scoop their shit out. It keeps you active.
Yeah.
I think a cat would be the worst idea for you.
I've been thinking about it for a while. Yeah. I think even my sister was like, you should get a cat.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. It really sucks because when I'm at my peaks and like, you know, I'm doing great, I'm like, man, nothing can stop me.
Well, it's
and
also
then all of a sudden,
so fun. It's so fun around you when you're so excited
and
about
then
what you're doing.
all of a sudden, like literally nothing will happen. Like literally there was no event. Like I get like, oh, you go through a breakup or someone
Sure, yeah.
dies or like,
Yeah.
I get that. But like literally nothing happens. Then all of a sudden it's like literally on like a 3-month pendulum. I feel like. With my I'm not gonna say bipolar because that's definitely that's a mental illness, but like that's what it feels like. It's like up and down, but it could be because I self-sabotage and like when I start slipping I quit taking medication, so that makes me go deeper.
I think once you lose a foothold, you jump.
Yeah, because
like
it's a comfort thing, you know, because I'm used to that depressive state.
All right, so the big question is, with you being aware,
self-awareness is key too.
So how can we help this?
I don't know, dude.
God damn it.
I mean, dude, I don't. That's the problem. Is like, well, also like I'm not in therapy anymore because my therapist ghosted me.
That's something too. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I need to get back into therapy. But like I didn't take medication at all September.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
So that definitely didn't help. And also withdrawal medication makes you sink further.
Well, that's even something like Izzy and I dealt with that recently because she's also on depression medication, and she said she ran out and she felt good, so she didn't renew it right away. And then
it takes a while, and then all of a sudden you go, "Why am I feeling shitty?"
Yeah,
oh, it's because you didn't take your medication.
No, so that's something that I want you and her need to tell me about that.
It's so simple, but like literally, just like if I would have just done like maybe. Because like obviously you're gonna have good and bad days.
Sure,
we all do. You're
supposed to.
But even on a bad day,
you can have a win.
Even you can be like, okay, and even like if you look at my push-up thing, I was like, oh, I peaked push-ups, and you could just see the push-ups slowly dwindling, but I was still doing them.
Sure.
And like there was a few days where I was just doing 30. That's still 30 push-ups.
It's nothing.
And then all of a sudden, nothing.
Yeah.
So if I were to just do 30 push-ups, I'd still feel shitty.
But you did something.
But I did something, and at least go, hey, you accomplished that.
It's a box you can check.
And also, I'm checking it on my thing, and then I can go, well, if I did that, I can empty the dishwasher. It's little, and that's what's so frustrating with my personal depression.
That you're aware.
and is my self-awareness. Is I'm aware of everything that I need to do to feel better and everything that I do to feel worse. Like I'm aware that I self-sabotage. I'm aware that I sleep and don't go to class. Because back when I worked, I would not go to work when I was depressed. It's like, it's these patterns.
Yeah.
It's just fucking frustrating. And I just want to like, I'm just kind of saying this just so if anyone else is dealing with anything similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they can kind of like, oh, you're not alone. Because it is fucking sucks, dude.
And also, I assume...
And it's different for everybody,
Well, my hope is just the more you're aware of it, talk to me about it, talk openly about it, is the more you can find a grasp to hold on to.
But I'm on the up and up, and I don't even know why. Like,
Sure.
I don't know why like, there's no reason I'm coming up.
Glad you are.
But it just is because, I was like, oh, it could be because I was like, got out of the house doing things. I was at the studio all day yesterday for Getting Off the Grid, feeling good, and then today I got a bunch of stuff done, and that like motivated me to get more stuff done.
Good.
Organized Tupperware, like I threw away a bunch of like, you probably have Tupperware where you're like, I have a bunch of containers with no lids.
Yep.
Or a bunch of lids, no containers. Why do I have those? I threw them away.
Look at you.
And I was like, man, I've cleared off a whole shelf, which is nice. My kitchen's small as fuck, dude. I don't have a lot of shelf space.
You need more shelves.
So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Or I guess it was kind of long, but.
Well, I'm glad to hear you are feeling better.
I'm definitely not there.
But you're on the rise.
I'm on the up and up.
What-
And that's what's I'm on the roller coaster, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad it's not spinning. God, last episode. Somebody reached out. One of my friends reached out today and was like, God damn, I wish I would have had a video of you spinning.
Those are one of my favorite. Like, people spinning uncontrollably on roller coasters and fireworks going off at inopportune places. My favorite videos.
Okay, what's that second one? Fireworks going off at inner?
Like when they just go off in a street and there's people in the street. It's my favorite
Like a
video.
massive firework?
Yeah, like a real firework.
I don't
That's
think I've
my
ever seen
favorite.
that.
Or like one flying into just somebody's window.
God, that'd be so. That's
it's
just massive.
Yeah, like just thinking about the
It's just fire.
thinking about the terror and confusion that
Well, also
person.
it explodes.
Yeah, no, the terror and confusion that one person had for that, like for minutes after.
Yeah, and that caused him a month of depression.
And
No,
that
I'm just
makes
kidding.
me so happy. That and dog chiropractors. I think I sent you one of those videos recently on TikTok.
My TikTok is turning into people pretending to be chiropractors breaking drywall. Have you seen that?
No.
Where it's like the okay, like the chiropractor videos are like, okay, take a deep breath, 1, 2, 3.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like it's people, it's blue collar workers at like a job site with drywall and or like an old door frame or something,
Sure.
and they go, okay, take a deep breath for me, and then they crack it.
I love that.
And it sounds like a crack breaking, but they're breaking drywall.
Huh.
It's hilarious. It's so funny.
Another weird topic. Speaking of trends, when was the last time you were on an actual porn site like Pornhub? Because we're Reddit boys now.
Why'd you bring this up?
It is all
Recently.
It is all step.
Yeah.
It is. And what the fuck happened? I stepped away for like 5 minutes, I feel like, and it's all step sibling
It's
porn.
been step for a while.
But it is all.
Yeah.
Every video.
Can I tell you? I mean, you brought it up, and I didn't want to admit it.
What?
But I feel like I have to. Can I tell you what? The video I watched recently on Pornhub,
Sure.
they like got me off.
Okay. Was it a jerk off instruction?
No, but I've done that many times.
I don't like them, but I've done them.
I love them.
I hate them.
I don't know. I like dominant women. You know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
I like dominant women.
I'm confused by them telling me how to do what I know.
but also, I don't do what they say. They don't
Oh.
know. They don't know.
Ooh.
They don't know.
You wish that they could yell at you about it?
Well, and it's also because you're like, I'm breaking the rules.
Yeah.
You know what
All
I
right,
mean?
what-
And they go, you can't finish it. And I go, I already did.
5 minutes ago. I'm just
Yeah.
watching for the views
I'm just
now.
watching to be like, what else are you going to
Yeah.
do? This is so.
All right, what is it? I remember I've openly talked about my love of clown porn.
Yeah, but this is like. So. and
Hashtag Clussy.
last episode, you brought up like the strip, like Mario Kart, strip poker.
Sure, yes.
So like, I've always been fascinated by that. And I do love the slow reveal.
Oh.
So I
Have you
usually.
gotten into party game porn?
I've done that a
Where
bunch.
it's girls playing like weird trick games?
Yeah, but it's not a full video, and it's just they don't ever. You know,
No, it's too much of them just hanging out.
yeah, and I just go, okay, get naked.
And it's just a wide shot of all of them.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't.
And I've watched most of those and have
Most
enjoyed
of them. Jesus.
You know what I mean? And I've enjoyed them.
No, I've seen them.
Yeah, but like I was down that rabbit hole of like very specific like strip shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't find anything that I hadn't seen.
Jesus.
There's not many that are good.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of them are like, oh, and I go, no. You know. But then I got into this weird, like lesbian BDSM tickle.
Oh.
It's very weird. So like this chick tied.
That's like 3 things you hate.
What do you mean?
I guess you don't hate lesbians, but I feel like you wouldn't like being tied up. You wouldn't like being tickled.
I feel like I like edging BDSM.
Sure.
I like soft BDSM.
Sure.
Like being tied up. I've experienced being tied up, and I've tied people up.
But
I like
just-
that light.
You don't need a dungeon.
No,
for
I don't
it.
need fucking duct tape and like fucking blood vessels popping. Like that's too far. Because sometimes I search for that and I'm like, geez, like it gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
But like literally, like a girl's fully clothed,
Sure.
tickle her, and then once she says stop, removes an article of clothing.
Ooh.
So it's like a strip BDSM tickle.
Okay.
Very weird.
That's okay.
Very weird. But I like it was like
It's a lot of laughing.
yeah.
It's a lot of laughing to
It was-
hold your dick to.
It was very weird, but it was also like, oh, she's slowly getting naked. You know what I mean? Like it was like feeding that.
Sure.
It was that was what I did recently, and I liked it.
right.
But I was like, am I into tickle porn? Like
I don't think I've done tickle porn
I think
before.
I'm into that strip thing more.
Sure. I've been on a very on-off kick.
Oh, on off the Reddit subreddit?
Yeah, where you see a woman fully clothed, and you're like, wonder what those titties look like. Scroll over.
On-off's
there are titties.
great,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
On-off-
a big fan of on-off.
On off. I've been a fan of that subreddit.
I've
for
always been a fan of
years,
on-off, yeah.
dude. On off is great, but I
'cause that's
like
what-
the reveal.
Sure. I like the imagination and then the reveal.
Yeah.
I don't need here you
Well,
are
and
in
also
just a bra.
sometimes it's usually like they're side by side, and so you can zoom into the full and then slide across.
Yeah, I prefer a 2-photo reveal.
I don't like when it's like, oh, I'm partially naked. Now I'm naked.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I want to
no.
see fully.
What do you look like normal?
I want to see a normal person naked.
That's
and
what-
also like, dude, sometimes on and off.
Yeah.
Is the slow? It's in photos, but the slow reveal.
Sure, one
Where it's
at a
like-
time.
Where it's like fully clothed.
Sure.
Half clothed. Naked.
That's
and then I'm
fine,
like,
yeah.
and then I'm like, this is what my imagination wants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's why I think, well, we've never been to a strip club. We still need to try that at some point.
God, I don't.
I know, I
But
don't.
the problem is like I don't want to like it, but I like stripping.
I wouldn't like it as
No.
a part of an audience, though.
No, and I would just feel gross.
Well, we saw some burlesque recently. That was fun.
It was fun, but it was I wasn't. I don't know. I like the intimacy of a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Slow reveal.
But with the on-off factor, I think the best idea for a strip club would be it's a grocery store.
Okay, explain.
It's a grocery store with aisles with items in it, but then you can be like, and
So it's a real grocery store.
I mean, they don't have to be real items or whatever. You know, people go hungry. Don't waste food. But still, there are just women around, and like maybe they have something that indicates that they are a stripper. And then you just drop some money in their basket, and then they start stripping. So it's like it's an everyday woman, and you're like, "Ooh, I wonder what you look like naked." And it's just like,
I get what you're saying.
or like an office.
It took me a while to get what you're saying.
Because
but
that's
like, okay, so you walk in the store and
It's
you
a
see
grocery store.
and you see people shopping,
Yes,
but it's a bunch of hot women clothed.
yes,
And like someone's picking fruit.
yeah.
And you go,
You drop some money in their basket.
yeah, and you go, take those pants off.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that not genius?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's.
I like that too much.
I think it's way too creepy.
It's very creepy and specific.
and I think it adds.
but it would
to,
be a strip club.
It probably adds to negative values of the male mindset.
Yeah. We're
But
gross men.
I think it would make a lot of money. Is what I'm saying. I won't start it.
No, I would like that more than a strip club.
But also, you pay the women so much.
But also, it's like it's very like that would cause so much jealousy because you walk to the store picking the best one and you go, no, you get naked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
also, but you'd walk
But that's-
down and
but
there's
like
like
literally-
8 guys in an aisle with a naked woman. You're like, nah,
yeah, you.
I don't need the meat
No.
department.
But also, like, it's very creepy and it's very fucked
No,
up.
it's-
but like, as a dude, when you go to the grocery
Yes.
store, you have that
You
thought.
see how a
sometimes.
woman, you fall in love with her.
Yeah, we're like, I wonder what would happen if, especially like in the pub. Dude, I like public.
or a bus.
No, I like public.
You
things.
see a woman walk in on a fake bus and you're like, I love that woman. Like, you know,
Yeah, makes you think of
Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army
Yeah.
Man. But also, like, I like public. I don't know, like, it's not public humiliation, but like public.
Jesus Christ.
That is a thing.
I know
And
it's a
I've been
thing.
down the rabbit hole a few times,
Yeah.
and it's a little too far for me.
Yep.
But like, I like, oh, I'm in public, but here are my boobs. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah, public flashing when they're happy to do it.
I'm just
That's
like-
the big part is when they're having fun.
When they're the ones that are doing
Yeah.
it, I like. That's also a subreddit.
Yeah.
It's sometimes I'm on the subreddits too much where I dive into the deep subreddits.
Sure.
You know, like where I'm on like NSFW, and then I find somebody I like, and then I'm like, oh, you posting this subreddit, Holy shit!
And
now I'm
you-
into the very specific subreddit.
And then when you back out, you're like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
went so deep.
You're like, I feel gross.
when you hit the back button, that's a horrible
Where you're
moment
like-
in a porn
I'm
site.
like, where the fuck did I even start? Well, it's on Reddit, so it's like
Yeah.
not as bad, but it still is as bad.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, Jesus Christ.
All right. Speaking of that's bad, this has been the Moist Monday podcast.
All over the board.
Yeah, I
Peaks,
hope-
peaks
hopefully-
and valleys.
Yeah.
Dude. Peaks and valleys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Cindy. Hopefully you like porn.
Or Robert's depression.
Or, yeah, hopefully you like
Yeah, you choose.
getting off or getting sad. Because we all like that. What's so weird is when I'm depressed, I fucking jerk off a ton.
I think that's part of it.
Because you get that rush of whatever
Endorphins, yeah.
endorphins,
Yeah.
but then you feel worse.
Yeah. But you know what you can do to feel better? Jerk off again.
I jerk off so much when I'm depressed.
I know.
And I think that makes me more depressed because it's not good for my brain.
No.
Because I'm watching porn.
Yeah.
Self-awareness. Very important. This is a weird
Very
episode.
important.
Very important. Happy October, everybody. This is going to get spookier as we go. This is a spooky episode.
Spookier than Sabbath or suicide.
Yeah, what's spookier than fucking depression, dude? Name one. Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. Yeah, he's spookier than depression.
You think he jacks off?
No, he's a child. He doesn't like titties. He sees them too often.
Because of his mom?
Well, no. No, he sees.
Oh, because of the campers.
Yeah, no, he sees sexy campers and he murders them.
But they're teenagers.
They're like early 20s.
Yeah, but they're portrayed as teenagers.
Yeah.
That's gross if you think about it.
Well, yeah, you don't think about it when you watch those dumb horror movies.
Because you're not jacking off.
That's fair.
Well, I'm sure some people
Depends
are.
who's around.
I bet some people are.
Moist Monday podcast.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, Moist Monday Podcast. Send us email, moistmoneypodcast@gmail.com.
About whatever we talked about.
Yeah, let us know if you have depression. Let us know if you jack off. Let us know if you...
God, I'm not excited for either of those emails.
But yet you're excited for a dick pic email?
Sure. Send them if you got them.
That's related.
To depression, I know.
Well, and also born. We just talk about what we know here, and we know
not a lot.
We know two things. We appreciate you guys being a freaking Moist Mutual.
Rate us 5 stars,
yeah.
even though we do not deserve it at Spotify, Apple, whatever.
We're still a 5-star podcast on Spotify, dude.
Thank God.
Fucking wild. It's so weird.
Robert's depression could not handle anything less.
No, dude, I wouldn't be here. If you
You heard it here, folks. If you give us less than 5
If you get us less than 5 stars, and I go through another funk, see you later. Podcast is over. And we're also triple dig.
and we gotta make it.
We're gonna hit triple dig if I think about this right.
First week in November?
I think so this is 97.
Okay, so
8, 9. I think the
End of October?
Halloween special will be
Ooh.
100.
Spookoo. Oh.
Can you imagine if we get to episode 666?
That would take so many years. We'd
Well-
have to put so many out a week.
But why would we stop?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, we've been doing it for 6 years.
But that is the point of this, is that it's just you and me, so why would we stop?
Yeah, who cares? People listen, people don't. You know?
Yeah.
And we just realize people are like, oh, they tell the same fucking stories.
Eventually, yeah.
I think we already have.
And we've told
There's been a few where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we're just humans.
All right,
I think that's it. Cheers, everybody! Happy birthday to Cindy. Happy October.
birthday. Happy October.
Happy not depression.
Glad you're here, bud.
And,
Happy birthday, Robert.
Fuck you. That's why I have depression. I'm just kidding. I'm past it.
He's grown out of it.
I'm grown up.
Love
Cheers,
you,
everybody.
bud.
Love you too.
Cheers.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
He's always wearing a boot. And he always breaks and he knows Corey Taylor.
People who are always in a boot make me laugh so hard.
He's been in a boot for years.
There's those people and there's also wrist brace people where they are just always in a wrist brace.
Wrist brace makes sense. It's like, oh, you're jacking off too much.
Yeah, I guess. God, that is a weird when it hurts. So I get it in like my palm.
Yeah, that's just a cramp. It's not you don't put it in a brace for that.
That's true.